Come with us as we take you through the experience of flying first class on the Emirates Gamechanger 777 from New York to Athens, Greece. And so we did get upgraded from business to first class. More about that later. Whether you have business or first class on Emirates, you have access to the SAS Partner Lounge. Now, this is a decent lounge. We would say very solid. It ranks a little bit better than most priority pass lounges, or maybe on par with a priority pass lounge because it used to be one. So there's a full bar. There are hot drinks, cold drinks, beer, champagne, Prosecco. You can make your own Aperol Spritz if you like. There is a Mediterranean section, a cold section, a hot food section. Really was not bad. But again, we were upgraded from business to first class on the 777, so we were not going to have any of the alcohol. We just had, I believe, crackers to hold us over. But the lounge was still pretty nice. We spent about 3 hours in here, a ton of seating areas. This little walkway allowed you to wave to the pilots and the crew before you left aboard the flight. Super cool. And then plane spotting. What can go wrong there? So now we're about to board the Gamechanger. And something we like to do is touch the plane because why not? You're excited and good luck. Safe travels. So we walked through business class and then access to the Gamechanger, these 6 very, very large suites. So we actually used 126,000 points and we spent $105.30 in taxes and fees. The going rate for this seat was about $12,500 times 2. So we used our points and miles quite well. So this is the middle seat on the Emirates First Class Gamechanger. The right 3 mirrors or windows actually mirror what you see on the right side of the plane because I was seated in the middle. And then on the left of me was my wife, Katie. She had the window seats, the true window seats. Now starts what Emirates is famous for, their Dom Perignon service. And depending on your flight, you will have a specific vintage of champagne. This was a 2015, I believe, for those of you that are very, very much wine connoisseurs. It was fantastic. Had, not going to lie, probably at least a bottle. The suite itself was fantastic. The chair, which was also your bed, was very, very nice. It was very comfortable. It had a lot of, I would say, breathable options, meaning I didn't really sweat or overheat on this flight, and that was really nice. They also had individual air vents that were very strong, and they even had a little light show too. More on that later. Closet, I didn't use it because I was wearing board shorts. I run a little bit hot, but just for some perspective, you could theoretically store, it's hard to open, store whatever you wanted in there if you had your blazer or your sports coat. Now back to the fun. So this is my refill of the Dom Perignon. You have to get an Arabic date, and then, of course, try that Arabic tea or Arabic coffee. The amenity kit we will open later, but it was very, very plush. Look at all the options you have to keep you hydrated. So if you don't partake in alcohol, there's still a lot of offerings. Now, the food was exquisite. This was the amuse-bouche and then a starter salad that I did partake in. For the first time ever, I skipped the filet mignon, and I actually went for the sea bass, which was fantastic. Fruit, as always, in the morning, and then some crepes, apricot crepes. Fantastic. And then you got to wipe yourself off because you realize you just flew 10 hours on the Emirates Gamechanger. And if you look to your left, you will realize you're about to touch down in Athens, Greece. So would we do this again? In a heartbeat. 126,000 points and about $105. We would do that every day of the year if we could. Hope this helps. Love you. Bye.